I thought I'd show you a few things today. I got an abandoned church, an abandoned house, and also this road that was shut down in the early 1900s. It used to be the main road to go to town. But before we drive down this road and give you the history on this road, which was quite interesting, let's go check out the church and the house, and we'll come back here. We'll talk about this road. Okay, we made it over here to the abandoned church, and I'm very unfortunate it fell down. I do have a picture back when it was standing in 2012, according to Google Images. Back when I was a kid, I went in this church, and everything was still left. The piano, everything. It was pretty cool to look at and tell scary stories and everything. We thought we'd walk around where all the leaves were off the trees and take a look around this church and see if we can see inside still. And after this, we'll go to another abandoned house. I'm gonna walk back here and try to line up the shot. As you can tell, the roof is falling in and the walls are starting to fall in also. I don't know exactly when this church was built. It would have to be in the early 1900s, I believe. Let's walk around it and see if we can see inside of it still. But the story behind this church is the reason people stopped coming to this church. In the early 1900s, they had a person that passed away. They had their body in this church for visitation, and it was in the middle of the summer. Something happened, and they had to hold the body in this church. It started stinking, and nobody wanted to go to church again. So that's the story behind this church. I wish I knew more, but I was always told about the story about the person, but it's not confirmed. I couldn't find any other confirmation on that. Wow, look at this tree. That's a huge tree. I wouldn't be surprised if that tree was 200 years old. Let's see if we can see anything in the window. I really wanted to go in there inside. The chairs, the podium, the piano was all left inside. Okay, let's go to the abandoned house and we'll go back to the road that used to go to town in the early 1900s, and we'll talk about that. Okay, we made it to this abandoned house. The story on this house, I'm not exactly sure. I looked at Google Maps and it looks like it was abandoned around 2009. The guy that lived in here had to go to the nursing home, and the state took it and never did anything with it. Just it's a shame how the state takes property and just leaves it abandoned for years for it to be ran down. Let's take a walk around here and we'll go inside and see what's left. Here's the garage. Looks like all the windows are busted out of it. Not sure who been out here. I thought the last time I was out here the windows were intact. There's a shed right here. Peek in the window and see what's in there. Nothing's left in there. I would walk around here, but there's a lot of thorn bushes. Okay, let's walk inside and see what's inside. Somebody's sweatpants. Vanity top. Looks like the bathroom's that way. The window looking in the garage. Somebody's blue jeans. The bedroom. And shelves on the wall. Here's the kitchen. Looks like a phone book. We can look at the phone book and see what year it is. 2005, 2004. There's a laundry room. Looks like the hot water heater used to be there. The back door is not even on the house. The ceiling fans are just drooping. This small house. But look at the doorway of the kitchen. That's unique. Let's just take a peek up there. Looks like a pillow and some blankets over there. Looks like squatters might be in here. I'm not going to go all the way up there, 'cause I don't know how strong the floor is. I know most of you are probably here because my previous videos are renovating my dad's house that we inherited, but I thought I'd throw these 3 locations in real quick before it snows tomorrow, and also I didn't have enough information on these locations to make their own videos separately. So if you like this kind of content, please subscribe or like and comment. It really does help. And let's go check out the old road and we'll talk about it. Okay, we're back at the road, and I'm not going to walk down the road because it's like 20 something degrees out here. So I'm going to drive down the road. I'm going to stick the camera out the window so we can just take a look around, and I'll tell you the history on the road. Okay, this road used to go to town. Used to be the main road to town. People used to take this road on horse and buggy. I'm not sure exactly what year this road was abandoned or shut off. I know they built a highway to town, so that could be around when they shut this road down. But whenever I was a kid, we always went down this road to get to my dad's property. Tractors didn't use this road, just cars. But of course, you know, when you was a kid, you know how your parents and grandparents always tell you stories. My dad always told me there was a wild monkey in these woods. To watch out for the wild monkey. And you know, for the longest, whenever I was a kid, I always watched out for the wild monkey. Even whenever I was, you know, old enough to ride the four-wheeler. I rode the four-wheelers over here, rode down through always looking up, hoping to see the wild monkey. I even tell my daughter about the wild monkey when it was over here, so she's always looking for it. Now there used to be houses back in the early 1900s on the sides, on each side of this road. Only half of this road we are able to drive down. We can look off in the woods and see what we can see. If you think we should come back to this road with a metal detector sometime when the weather gets better, let me know if you'd like me to do that. Maybe we can find something cool. I know my dad's found arrowheads and also buttons off of a uniform from the Civil War. We're going uphill now. I'm not sure if you can tell on camera, but we're going up a pretty steep hill. Can you imagine houses on each side, old log cabin houses? I wish they were still standing. Let's get up on top of this hill. Right here on top of this hill, I remember we set up a tent whenever I was a kid, and we stayed the night up here in the middle of this road. I would say I was 6 or 7 years old. I remember the location. You know how you remember location of things whenever you was a kid. I believe the first time my dad told me about the wild monkey, I was right here. I always remember that tree right there, that branch hanging over. I'm always looking for the monkey swinging from that branch right there and swinging to the other side of the road. Right now, this road goes off, after it goes up the other hill here, it goes up into a field. The field used to have houses all down the side of the road, what I was told. Okay, we made it down the road. If you like to see stuff like this while we're waiting on renovations of my house, let me know in the comments. I'll try to find more locations like this. I'm planning on doing a home renovation update next week, so if you haven't already, subscribe. It really helps, and I'll see you on the next one.